What's going on, gamers? DBMgamer here, and I have a lot I want to talk about today. And while we cover these topics, I'm going to take you guys through a quick tour of the Devil's Lair. A buddy of mine, Victor Valiant, and I were talking last night, and he said he had watched through a couple of my videos and had not noticed, really where was the teamwork in Destiny. And a lot of the teamwork comes into play when you have to go on these strike missions. But before I get to that, I want to get to my shout outs. I've got to show appreciation to the community that's kind of supporting me. And I've been picking up a lot of support here amongst the last couple of weeks, and I'm going to tell you guys, it feels pretty good. I want to give some shout outs to Heyman Gramps for dropping me a sub, Mikey Flores for dropping me a sub, Zombie, a good name there, for dropping me a sub, Neil Shear, Chasing Freedom for dropping me a sub, and Ernie Wolf and Eric Williams for just having some really nice words to say in my comment section. But anyway, guys, back to the topic at hand. Now, for me, the Devil's Lair kind of comes in 3 phases, and I don't actually have any footage of the first phase. I don't know how I managed to do that. I guess I was a bonehead about it. But it's a fairly straightforward bit. All you really got to do is just cover the objective, and I'm not going to ruin it for you, but just cover the objective, and you start kind of on high ground. And what I want you to do when you run through the Devil's Lair yourself and you're covering that objective, I want you to look behind you and up. You'll notice a high ledge that you can use for extra cover that I use several times through, and it's a very easily defensible point. You have a very good view of the map, at least until you run out of ammo, which will happen. So then you got to get down and get your hands dirty. But once you complete that section, then you'll come to this little bit right here. You got to fight a giant spider tank by the name of the Devil's Walker, and this is the same spider tank you probably saw me fighting in one other video. They just ride on the drop ships, and these things are so bad it takes entire public events to drop them. When you go into the Devil's Lair, you're limited to only 3 players, so you're going to take you a while to knock it down. Now, where I had a lot of success with fighting the spider tank was I kind of hung on the left side of the map, and used the left side and then that large pillar that's right in front of him for cover. If you look over to the right side, when you're on the left side of the map, you look up to the right and up high, you'll notice he does have some sniper fire cover. And even though you kill that guy, he'll just respawn after so long. You just kind of have to keep an eye out for him. But my best tip for that, it really is just sticking, like I said, to the left side of the map. And there's a room on the upper area where he sits at. You can actually go in there and use that for cover too. You have a pretty good vantage point and get some easy shots on him. Anyway, so back to what I want to talk about. The Bungie came out with their weekly update a day early, and I kind of thumbed through it. I only really got 2 major bits of information out of it. First one being they named off the charity that they were going to donate the money to for the t-shirt sales of that Wizard Came from the Moon t-shirt. Turns out the charity that they're going to go with is the Brian Morden Foundation. And that's actually extremely cool on Bungie's part, and I'll tell you why. Brian Morden was actually one of the first kids to go to Bungie because it was his wish for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. They gave him a good tour around the area, and since then, they've actually included his voice in pretty much, I think, every Bungie game that's come out since then. So it's kind of their charity of choice. All the money that they made off of the t-shirt sales will go to a Children's Cancer Foundation. So, once again, major props to Bungie on that. Now, the second thing that I got out of it was Bungie released some panoramic shots of some areas that we have already been to, and then some areas we've not even seen yet. Now, of the 5 or 6 pics that they had, this is the one that caught my eye. This is actually, I believe, is the interior of the Hellmouth. I think the Hellmouth is a base that's on the moon. If you kind of study the picture a little bit, you'll notice there's some hooks hanging from the ceiling, and then you see a couple baddies on the floor. And then it looks like a big column in the center. That's not a column. If you look at it really close, it's actually two intertwined chains. And when I caught my eye that it was not a column, it's actually chains. that got my wheels turning, that maybe the chains lock this guy down. Things like that make me go, God, I wish September 9th would hurry up and get here, because I really want to know. But anyway, once you get past the section of the spider tank, which, like I said, is the second section for the Devil's Lair, you'll pass through a walkway, which is kind of nicely decorated with some skulls and some kind of scary looking ink and smears on the wall. And I guess that's the cool part of the Devil's Lair. There's really no area that's like this anywhere else that I found in the alpha. And then you engage in your third part of the fight, which is against Sepkus Prime. Sepkus Prime is just an oversized sort of mirror ball. And it starts out as a fairly straightforward fight. He just kind of stays in the center of the area and lets you take shots at him. Just hit him in dead center. That's his weak point. And once he takes a small amount of damage, he'll start to kind of teleport around the room. And that's when the fight starts to get tough. He'll teleport around the room and summon some baddies just sort of when you enter the area. They'll come out of doors over here on the left side. And also from underneath. You can see an area which you could actually run for cover underneath, but you really don't want to go down there. You're basically going to get trapped and killed if you go there. You're better off to stay on this upper platform, this staircase on the left side, and then actually using the area that's how you got in there as sort of a defensible point if you have to retreat. It takes quite a bit to bring this guy down, but just keep drilling him in the center and you'll get him. Now the last thing that I want to talk about is Bungie Day. Bungie Day is going to be this coming Monday, 7/7, and I'm probably not going to be available to give you guys a video or any kind of update. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm on vacation those couple of days. But what I've been doing, if you've been keeping up with me, I've been kind of doing a little bit of build up, because I'm really interested in the info drop that they're going to do. So I'm just going to drop these pictures while I'm talking to you guys. But what I think they're going to do on Bungie Day is that they're going to release the details of what's actually in the collector's edition, and I also believe or at least what I hope is that they're going to tell us, the actual length of the beta. It was reported today from a Japanese gaming site that the beta may actually only be 10 days long, and I kind of hope it's not that short. I kind of would like for my prediction to be right, and it'd be 13 or 15 or even 21 days. Hopefully we'll find out on Monday. But at any rate, guys, if you enjoyed the commentary or enjoyed this type of content, just feel free to drop me a comment or a like or even a sub if you want to see more. But I'm out of here, guys. As always, have a good one.